Okay. All praise to the Most High. We in 2 Ezra 7 and 13. It says, "For the entrances of the elder world were wide and sure." When the Most High made the Adamites, entrances of the elder world was wide and sure and brought immortal fruit. You hear that? Meaning we're supposed to live forever and ever. But we chose death. That's life right there. To live forever and ever and ever. So he say choose life or death. But we chose death. We chose a lie. What's the first lie? When Satan told Eve, you will not surely die. Verse 14. If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them. You got to go through this perils and evils in few days, man. Now therefore, why disquietest thou thyself? Why you being quiet now? Seeing thou art but a corruptible man. See that? You don't tell a man, you a corruptible man. And why art thou moved, whereas thou art but mortal? You say, why you moved? You're mortal. Why hast thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is to come, rather than that which is present? Say, why you consider your mind? That's why Ezra was given so much, man. He was like, he just lost it. That's why it's so beautiful that the Most High said this is written for us today, because he was told certain things that we start getting all these prophecies of these end times and how it's gonna be, man. He was like, woe is me, who will deliver me in these times that we in right now? But we don't see it. Listen. So you think about, what it is, you gotta think about what's happening. You don't try to think about what's happening now, you better think about what's to come. He said, then answered I and said, O Master, that beareth rule, thou hast ordained in thy law that the righteous should inherit these things, but that the unrighteous shall perish. You hear that? The righteous are going to inherit all these things, but all you that don't want to follow the law, he said, you ordained in thy law, your law. That's the Most High's law. That thy is your law. That's the Most High law. That the righteous going to inherit these things, but the unrighteous should perish. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things. We're going to suffer straight things. We're going to go through some things. But that the unrighteous shall perish. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things. And hope, that's your faith for wide. You have faith for the wide. That's going to happen again. Once we all are righteous, Most High will. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide. You hear that? Meaning they ain't coming into this wide, the kingdom that's wide. It's going to be opened up just like it was before. When we righteous, say those that are wicked, they ain't going to see the wide. Because it's narrow right now. Everybody going to go through that narrow path, that fire on the right side and the deep water on the left side. That's for us. If you make it past that, then you in the wide. But he tell you, all you that's unrighteous, you don't want to come back to the Most High's laws, you ain't got nothing coming. Hear what he's saying? And yet shall not see the wide. That means you ain't going to the kingdom. You're going to be immortal. You're not going to the kingdom. And he said unto me, there is no judge above the Most High, and none that have understanding above the highest. For there be many that perish in this life. Why? For there be many that perish in this life that we live in now. Why? Because they despise the law of the Most High that is set before them. You better understand. For the Most High has given straight commandment to such as we came in this world, and in this world right now, what they should do to live, even as they came. and what they should observe to avoid punishment. Now, you done heard it. You done heard it. If you don't know, you better ask. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him. They didn't want to keep the laws of the Most High, like some of y'all saying we ain't under the law. But spake against him. So you speaking against him, the Most High. That him was the Most High who wrote the laws with his finger, the work of the Most High. And imagine vain things. That's why I said many are deceived by their own vain opinion, worthless opinion, and an evil suspicion, which is the devil. That's your God. That's your power. That made you make the wrong judgment. And imagine vain things. And deceive themselves by their wicked deeds. Because you ain't going to follow the laws no more. Because you, look, if you ain't studying this, you got to be in this. You got to be working. It's like nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You got to be in this to be able to deal with this, understand it, live it, learn it, live it, and apply it in your life every day. And deceive themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways. See? You can't say that you know the Most High and you ain't keeping his ways. What's his ways? For this is the love of the Most High, 1 John 5:3, that we keep his commandments, and commandments are not grievous. You ain't gonna get around it. But his law have they despised. See that? His law have they despised. And people come with their own law, their own rules and regulations. I'll pray for him. And denied his covenant. That's his laws, y'all. His covenant that he made with Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob, through the 12 tribes of Israel. His laws, statutes, commandments. And his statutes have they not been faithful, and have not performed his works. Man. That's why Ezra said in verse 48, he says, O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was you, Adam, that sinned, that broke the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments, that he told you not to eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee, everybody that came after Adam, suffered this fate. But what profit is it to us? Like we read earlier, if there be promised us an immortal time, whereas we, including himself, because we already told him, hey, you ain't nothing but a mortal man yourself. You know. Verse 15. Now therefore, why disquietest thou thyself? Why you quiet now, seeing thou art but a corruptible man? See? You already told him, the angel, you already told him, hey, you're a corruptible man. But all of y'all out there so righteous. How many books the Most High gonna give you? If thou can say. He gave me none. But he gonna give you some books? The angel, you're telling Ezra you're a corruptible man. Like I'm a corruptible man and you a corruptible man. All of us corruptible. All of us sin and come short of the glory of the Most High. Unless you're not. I'm waiting to hear from you. Because we got orders of discipline and wisdom that we got to follow. And it's right here. It's just, we got to follow the same suit of what works. At least in my eyes, I want to follow what works. Look at verse 56. It said, for while we lived and committed iniquity. Hear that? While we, that's including himself, who was given 204 books. But listen to what he said. So he was righteous enough that the Most High had seen in him something that he gave him more books than anyone. For while we lived and committed iniquity, while we, that's Ezra, lived, he's a corruptible man, while we lived and committed iniquity, wickedness, and evil, and whatever sins, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. See? Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, man, which man that is born upon earth shall fight, that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory of going to the kingdom, he shall receive the thing that I say. But this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, choose thee life, that thou mayest live. What's that life? To be immortal. The life, like Kamashak said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. A lot of y'all that believe in the New Testament, y'all don't know what he's saying. In St. John 14:6, he's saying, I am the way, to show you how to follow the laws of the Most High, because he's an example of how he did it. As a mortal man, that's going to lead to everlasting life. So if you don't want to follow the truth, which is the laws of the Most High, Psalms 119, 142, thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, thy law is the truth, then you're not going to see this life that we're talking about here. What did Moses bring? The law. That's why he said, choose thee life. How? By keeping the laws of the Most High, keeping the commandments of the Most High. Nevertheless, verse 60, nevertheless, they believe not him, nor yet the prophets after him, no, nor me, which have spoken unto them, that there should not be such heaviness in their destruction, as shall be joy over them that are persuaded to salvation. Joy to them that's going to see the salvation of the Most High through doing what he say do. Simple as that. So I tell you, in 2 Ezra 2 and and 25, we'll start 25. Nourish thy children, O thou good nurse, establish their feet. For as for the servants, which are the 12 tribes of Israel, whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, but I will require them from among thy number. See, require the servants who are the 12 tribes of Israel, that 1/3, he said, ain't one of them going to perish. He's going to have that number. However many it is of the servants that are a part of these last days, the Most High going to redeem. Because some coming back with a Mashiach Yahushua. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful. But thou shalt be merry and have abundance. See? That's his chosen. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Most High. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. See? That's good news right there. Sound good to me. It sound excellent. So I hope that was edifying. I hope you'll go over this. And I'm not finished. I got a lot to go into still. But I hope that was edifying. All praise to the Most High. I say, Krum Most High, Krum of Mashiach Yahushua, Krum Yasharallah, and I'm out. Shalom, y'all.